Welcome to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping Orange County. With your host, Don Camber.
Hello, live from the OC Talk Radio studios at UCI's Beal Applied Innovation Center. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Don Camber with another great guest impacting our community in a positive way. Today I welcome Irvine Mayor and Great Park Chair Farrah Khan. The Great Park sits on 1,300 acres of former Station Marine Corps Air Station El Toro land. More than 450 acres of park space has been completed, with 230 acres in progress. Thank you, Farrah, for being on Impact OC.
Thank you, Dawn. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Farrah, I understand there are amenities for people of all ages at the park. Please go over them.
Oh, absolutely. From your young ones to anyone up and above. We've got something for everyone. You start off with our wonderful playground with the little rock climbing areas, and for the little tykes, just free for all play areas. And at the same time, we've got our carousel, our Great Park balloon, and then of course our amazing sports complex. So if you have anyone that plays any kind of sports, it's there. It's from your ice hockey to figure skating, even curling, soccer, baseball, softball. You can find something for everyone. And if you just want to come out and take a little stroll on our timeline, that's something as well of interest, because it's got a great timeline that you can go and see factual history points throughout our nation and even globally.
Explain the location of the park.
So the park is located conveniently right off the 5 freeway at Sand Canyon. And it used to be the former El Toro Marine Base. So when that base was converted over to city property, what ended up happening was we decided to build a park.
And of course, to help pay for the park, you have a mixture of ways to pay for it.
Yes, in the beginning, we did have redevelopment funds, and at this time right now, we've got some city funds, we've got some remainder of the redevelopment funds, and at the same time, we have special taxes that feed into the development of the park.
And you also have a lot of homes that are being built around the Great Park.
Well, yeah, we have a developer that owns land around the Great Park that has entitlements, and so there is a lot of home building going on.
And let's talk about Wild Rivers.
Oh my gosh, everyone's so excited about Wild Rivers coming back to Irvine. And, we were at the groundbreaking and have an anticipated opening date of, I think it's either spring or summer of 2022. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Can you tell us what kind of amenities will be at Wild Rivers?
All sorts. It's going to be bigger and better than what it was before in Irvine. You're looking at your lazy river, your slides, and, a place for the little ones. And not only that, but, opportunities for our youth to be employed there. And at the same time, have opportunities for camps to come out and enjoy the amenity. So it's going to be a lot of fun and excitement.
So let's talk about the amenities that are in use now. You said you have the sports parks. Explain those.
So we have sports parks where we have tournaments coming through. So there's soccer tournaments, there's baseball, softball. We have a soccer stadium that houses the Orange County Soccer League, and they have games. They're actually doing quite well right now. So if you haven't been to one of the soccer games at the stadium, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and try that out. Besides that, we held the Electrify Expo at the Great Park this year, which was a lot of fun, where people came and tried out electric cars, they tried out electric bicycles, scooters, and even skateboards.
And you have the balloon.
We have the balloon. So now the balloon is amazing. It's, it gives you an aerial view of not only the city, but even beyond. It's a fun ride to go up on. And at the same time, it's free for everyone. So there is a line usually, because a lot of people love going up on that balloon. But if you haven't been yet, encourage you to do so.
Do you need to make a reservation to get on the balloon?
You don't need to make a reservation, but you do need to check in at the visitor center.
And you have a carousel.
We have a carousel. The carousel is a lot of fun, especially out in the evenings when it's lit up. We see a lot of families out there enjoying the time at the Great Park.
And aside from that, you have the Heritage and Aviation exhibition.
We do. We have some of our original planes out there throughout the Great Park. Not only that, but we are continuing our conversations with the Flying Leatherneck Museum, which shut down at Miramar. So we have them on hold, hoping to bring them back to the El Toro base and house the museum at the Great Park.
Farm and Food Lab.
One of my favorite places to be. And it's one of our hidden gems. You walk in and you almost feel like you're no longer in the city. We've got just an amazing variety of vegetation, your fruits and vegetables, and it's almost like a little fantasy garden. You've got nooks where you can just go and sit down and enjoy the atmosphere, the smells, the sounds, and just to be there in some quiet time.
Who operates that?
So we have a partnership for the Farm and Food Lab, and right now they're doing a great job in not only providing tours of the place, but also providing classes. So if you want to learn how to grow your food, there are classes for that, and again, for all ages, volunteer opportunities for all ages. And if you just have questions on, why your plant's not doing well, you stop on by and ask them, and they've got a wealth of knowledge there.
Palm Court Arts Complex.
So right now, we have the Chuck Jones exhibit going on. So anything Bugs Bunny related. If you haven't been there, you've got to go. It's just a great opportunity for us to showcase some of the best artists, not only in Irvine, but throughout Orange County and nationally. It's just, it's a great gallery with lots of fun stuff to do. There's indoor-outdoor events. We're coming upon our holiday season, so we'll be having our holiday fair with local vendors selling amazing things that you can pick up for gifts. But, there's always some sort of an activity going on at the Palm Court.
Historic Hangar 244.
That is a fun space. We're talking about having concerts, having, talks, special events. We had our Irvine Police and Fire Authority open house. It's just an amazing big space that can basically transform into anything you want.
So explain what you want people to think about the Great Park. Is it a place that you can just go and do all kinds of activities? Because I know you have organized activities, but like families, can they just go and partake in many different activities at the Great Park?
Oh, yeah. So besides the organized activities, like our most recent Irvine Global Village Festival, which drew about 23,000 people, I see families there all the time. I go by the Great Park in the evenings just for a walk, and there are families out there. There are people that are bike riding, that are taking a walk. We have chess tables, so people can come out and just play chess if they'd like. And, it's a good place to just hang out.
Do you know the hours
of the Great Park?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much open from morning till nighttime.
And you have plenty of parking for everyone?
Plenty of parking, yes.
So,
but be careful when we have multiple events going on, then it does get pretty crowded.
Who operates the Great Park?
The city does. So besides, besides the amphitheater, which is not even on the Great Park land, but another opportunity for people to enjoy live music, the city operates the Great Park.
And you have opportunities for people to get involved with the Great Park.
Yeah, what are you
in terms of volunteering, in terms of doing different things?
Oh yeah, we have volunteers that help out with the balloon rides. We have volunteers that help out with the carousel, and when we have events, we're always looking for volunteers. It's a great opportunity for so many people to get involved with the city.
And you're looking for more ideas on what to do at the Great Park. I know you've had some public hearings.
We have a lot of ideas on the Great Park. It's trying to hone them into what the community really wants to see. So we've been holding some outreach meetings, especially for our Great Park neighborhoods, the families that are surrounding the Great Park, to get their input, and the general public as well, to really get an idea of, do they want more active activities there? Do they want passive activities? What is of importance? What really would make them feel like this was a part of their park? This is their park.
What ideas have come up?
Well, we're still waiting. So a lot of, the conversations have been around, botanical gardens, being able to have passive uses for walkways and bicycle pathways. And at the same time, there's a lot of people that would like to see more activities. So we're looking at different activities that might come in, biking activities, We're looking at possible cricket grounds, and it's just going to be an opportunity for us to deliver.
Describe what cricket grounds are.
So cricket as a sport, I didn't really know too much about it until recently, but it is played throughout the world, and they have actually World Cups, and now they're trying to get into the Olympics. It's similar to baseball. You've got a bat, you've got a ball, but they go back and forth on this pitch, and so it's a very popular sport, and we have a lot of folks in Irvine that have been wanting cricket in the Great Park.
And who visits the Great Park?
Just about anyone.
Do you have people from across the country that come visit the Great Park? People primarily from Irvine?
Well, I think it's primarily Irvine and Orange County, but depending on the events that are happening there, like at the Irvine Global Village Festival, we had our sister city from South Korea send a delegation. So, you have people from all over.
Are you publicizing this outside of Orange County?
The Great Park, it's really, I'm not sure if we're actively publicizing it outside. It all depends on what's actually happening.
When do you envision it being completed?
That's a hard question. We are currently taking small steps in developing, not only hoping to get the museum sector going, but, a cultural center, a library. Just this morning, I had a conversation with Assembly Member and former Mayor Stephen Choi on making sure that we actually get a library that is a metropolitan type of library at the Great Park. So we're looking at, not only museums, but the Fire Museum is one that we're hoping to get at the Great Park, really build out the cultural terrace to serve the community's needs.
So that takes time, but is there any way that things could happen quicker?
It takes time and it takes a lot of money. And so really, with limited funds that we have, we are taking those small steps. So we're not planning big things. We're taking smaller steps to make sure that we not only plan, but we also deliver. And so right now we're looking at the fourplex, which is within the cultural terrace, and hoping to house the Air Museum, the library, cultural center, innovation center, and then hopefully get the Fire Museum on board. And at the end of the day, we're going to be building the permanent amphitheater as well. So there's going to be a lot of great opportunities. And as we have the funding available, we'll continue to build.
Can you give us a verbal tour of the Great Park when you come off the freeway and you enter the park?
So if you're coming off the freeway off 5 and Sand Canyon, you'll probably enter in through Marine Way. And as you enter in, we do have a reflective pond. Beyond the reflective pond, you've got the timeline. The timeline will take you to the visitor center, the carousel, and the Great Park Balloon. And then pretty much surrounding you will be the Palm Court Arts Complex and the Sports Center. And then right across the street, you have the soccer stadium and the Farm and Food Lab. And across another street, you'll hit the ice rink. And so it's that's what's there. And then pretty soon, hopefully by next year, we'll have wild rivers and some of the other amenities.
And all these things could be potentially operating at the same time.
That's the part where our staff does an amazing job of making sure that we're not overwhelming the infrastructure. And so a lot of things happen at the same time: tournaments, soccer games, special events. But the fun part is it brings the community together.
Is there any food sold at the Great Park? I know we talk about a farm lab and you have a farmer's market, but outside of that?
So outside of that, the soccer stadium, when it's having a game, will have food booths out there. We have concession stands that we're upgrading so that they're going to be able to serve hot food. Right now we have some vending machines at the visitor center. But when it comes to special events, we bring out the food trucks. So it really depends on what's going on at the time.
And how can people find out what's going on at the Great Park? What's the website?
You can go to yourgreatpark.org and get all the information there.
How do you view the Great Park in terms of other things going on in Irvine?
The Great Park is a work in progress. So while there's so much going on in Irvine as far as housing development, business development, the Great Park is a great opportunity for us to deliver something really special and unique.
And what do you hope people gain from visiting the Great Park?
I just hope they have a wonderful experience that they can remember for years to come.
Because there are things of all ages, kind of go over what different people can do of different ages.
Again, just passive use of the park, walking, biking, playing sports, enjoying so much of the entertainment that's there, and really just spending quality time.
Thank you, Irvine Mayor and Great Park Chair Farrah Khan, for being on Impact OC. And I thank everyone for tuning in. I'm OC Talk Radio Public Affairs Director Dawn Camber. Have an impactful day.
You've been listening to Impact OC, the only program showcasing the people and organizations shaping our community. Right here on Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio.